ho, ho, and welcome to a special holiday edition of TRIVI-yeah. I am your holiday host, Dean Felix. Happy Honda Days, Merry Chrysler. This is the podcast where you can learn something new, feel good about the things you already know, and jingle till your Chris is cringled beyond all recognition. First things first, the answer to last week's bonus question is Moscow. What was that question? Well, to find out, all you need to do is hop in your sleigh and fly over to the previous episode. The bonus question is in the back, hidden behind all the big presents. If this is your first episode, then directly onto the nice list you go. Quick explanation of what you are about to hear. 10 festive multiple choice questions coming your way as we sled down that rabbit hole of holly jolly trivia knowledge here on TRIVI-yeah, TRIVI-yeah, TRIVI-yeah. Each cozy question leads to the merry and bright question that follows. None of these questions were pulled from classic stop animation trivia games or were written by Ebenezer A.I. Scrooge. Ho ho no! They were each written and researched by me between the short breaks I took to warm my frozen fingers over the blazing Yule log. Ooh, so toasty. Toasty! If you're feeling the holiday spirit and your heart grows 3 sizes this day, please take joy in giving me a like, a follow, subscribe, leave a positive comment, rate me 5 of those bright stars in the eastern sky. Just please, no myrrh. I'm allergic. What's that I hear? Footsteps on the rooftop? Quickly, under the covers, pretend to be asleep. Because that moment you've been waiting for all year is finally here. It's time to play a little holiday trivia. Right after this. Welcome back to Trivia-Yuletide. I'm Dean Felix. There's only one thing on my Christmas wish list this year, but I already know I won't be getting it. Is it ending world hunger? No, God no. It's something much more important than that. My one wish this holiday season is for people to stop saying, I didn't have that on my bingo card. Why would you say that? What is the matter with you? What do you think you're adding to the conversation with that remark? Bingo card? You're carrying around a bingo card? No, you are not. All right, honestly, this isn't something people say out loud very often, but it is all over the internet. You see it in threads, you see it in social posts, and this makes it worse. Because when somebody says this online, they usually aren't in an active conversation. No one is waiting for their response. When somebody writes, I didn't have Tom Cruise spontaneously combusting on my bingo card, or whatever strange bit of news happened that day, they're inserting themselves into the discussion and adding nothing. They're basically just saying, hey, I also saw that this weird thing happened. Okay, thanks. Cool. Yeah, you exist. It's great. Me too. But why the bingo card thing, huh? Why not just say, wow, this is wild? Why say, I didn't have that on my bingo card? Look, I mean, I know why. When you say something like that, it's because you're trying to be funny. Time for some tough love here, okay? This is coming from a place of kindness. But you need to understand something. Being funny isn't for everyone. You don't have to be funny. It's okay. I'm sure you're wonderful without being funny. Just being you, all right? And look, being funny isn't something you can just decide to be. It takes years of pain and neglect. You should be happy you're not funny. It means your life could have been worse. You don't need to force it by making a reference to a bingo card that you don't have. Of course you didn't have Elon Musk winning the Powerball on your bingo card. Bingo cards only have letters and numbers on them. You've played bingo before, right? Just making sure. All right, here, let me help you out. If you still insist on being funny, here is what you can do. Go to the next bingo night at a local bar, and every time they call a number that you don't have on your card, I want you to loudly say, I didn't have that on my bingo card. This will get a laugh. A real one, I promise. But don't stop there. Keep saying it every time you don't have the number. It will continue to be funny. I'm telling you it will. Then it will stop being funny for a while. This is the hard part. This is where you're going to want to give up. But don't you dare. Don't you stop saying it, because then it will start being very funny. Trust me on this. Look, if you don't have the guts to go through with this, then you don't have what it takes to be funny. Do it. Hey, and as an added benefit, the people that hear you making this joke over and over and over again, maybe they'll realize how lame it is to say this outside of actual bingo. And if we all work together and start doing this, maybe someday I'll get my Christmas wish. It's time for question one. Time for question one. It's time for question one. Time. The New York Times has an extensive gift guide online, loaded with gift ideas that you can filter by price. The cheapest is a $3 bag of wildflower seeds, and the priciest is a $2,400 e-bike. I put the slider all the way down to my level, the poverty zone, with gifts for $10 or less, to see what my options would be, and there were some surprisingly interesting ideas there. Which of the following gift ideas for $10 or less is not one of those suggested by the New York Times this year? A. A hug. B. Fish in a tin. C. Temporary sushi tattoos. D. Bandages that look like pickles. The answer is A. A hug. I already told you that the cheapest item was $3, so I really hope you didn't get this one wrong. You haven't been paying for hugs, have you? Actually, hold on. You know what? It's been a tough year. I think I probably would pay more than $3 for a hug right now. If any of you buys me fish in a tin, just know that I'm going to take it back to the store and ask if I can exchange it for a hug.
No need for excitement or hullabaloo. It's just question 2.
In the Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause, yes, they made a third one, Santa Claus, played by Tim Allen, faces off against Jack Frost. Santa wins in the end, spoiler alert, not by killing Jack Frost like he did to the previous Santa, but by doing nothing at all. Instead, it's a little girl who takes down Jack Frost, and she does it with a hug. A magical hug, as she describes it, which causes Jack Frost to thaw out, literally, and it melts his heart. Figuratively, she doesn't kill him. There's only one murderer in this film series, and his name is Santa Claus. So in the Santa Claus 3, what actor plays Jack Frost? Is it A. Nathan Lane, B. Alan Arkin, C. Richard Karn, or D. Martin Short? The answer is D. Martin Short. Richard Karn is famous for playing Al Borland on the television series Home Improvement, but I know him better as the guy who almost ran me over with his Jaguar while I was walking on the sidewalk. Fortunately for me, he saw me in time and stopped. I am decently tall, so that probably helped. If I was the size of Martin Short, would I still be here today? I don't think so, Tim.
Question 3.
December 21st of this year was the winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere. The best hemisphere. Am I right, guys? Northern Hemisphere! Northern Hemisphere! And while most people think of the winter solstice as the shortest day of the year, I say that that's a cup of eggnog half empty way to look at things. The winter solstice is also the longest night of the year. Many Western Christian denominations hold services on this night to honor loved ones and console those experiencing grief or who desperately need a hug. What is this tradition called? A. The Night of Mourning. B. Blue Christmas. C. Candle Night. D. Advent Fellowship. The answer is B. Blue Christmas. Also called a longest night service, Blue Christmas is held by some Catholics, Anglicans, Lutherans, Methodists, and others. I'd never even heard of it before, but I'm not Catholic, or Anglican, or Lutheran, or Methodist. But I am other, so I have no excuse.
Why are we here? Where are we going? Who's behind all of this? What should I get for lunch? What is this question for?
Elvis Presley recorded Blue Christmas in 1957 for his LP, Elvis's Christmas Album. He then released it as a single 7 years later in 1964. Though the song was recorded and released multiple times by artists before Elvis did it, Presley's version cemented it as a holiday tune staple. And many consider his recording to be, musicologically speaking, superior to the others in certain ways. In Presley's version, the backing vocal group replaced the normal harmonies with neutral and septimal minor thirds, also known as blue notes, creating a dissonance that's appropriate to the tone of the song while also making a nice inside joke for the music nerds out there. It's interesting to me how a performer with such dynamic energy like Elvis has so many songs about sadness and longing. Elvis's Blue Christmas was released under the RCA Victor label. A year prior to recording Blue Christmas, in January of 1956, Elvis released his first single under his new label, RCA Victor. What was that famous song called? A. Jailhouse Rock. B. Heartbreak Hotel. C. Shake, Rattle, and Roll. D. Tutti Frutti.
Well, the answer is B. Heartbreak Hotel.
Like many of his early hits, Heartbreak Hotel is very short in length, coming in at a brisk 2 minutes 8 seconds. As his career progressed through the 60s and 70s, Elvis's song lengths grew longer, complementing his audience's growing attention spans as they got older. No joke here, I just thought that was interesting. It's too bad my younger listeners missed out on this info by skipping ahead.
Hey, fellas, wait till you hear this. Oh my gosh. Don't say. I can't believe
What y'all talking about over there?
Nothing. We were just
Talking about question 5.
Well, shoot.
There are many lovely Christmas-themed hotels out there all over the world if you're ever interested in enjoying the holidays away from home. But you might want to consider one resort that isn't exactly Christmas-themed, but it is close to where Santa apparently lives. At the Kakslautinen Arctic Resort, did I say that right? I think I nailed that. Kakslautinen Arctic Resort, you can stay in a glass igloo where from your bed you can watch the northern lights up above you and possibly catch the jolly old elf himself as he returns from his one night of working the graveyard shift. Of course, you will need to get to Lapland to experience this, though. And we all know what country Lapland is in. It's in A. Greenland. B. Norway. C. Sweden. D. Finland. The answer is D. Finland. The official hometown of Santa Claus is Rovaniemi, Finland, though I'm not sure who made this official. There are many Santa-themed attractions in Rovaniemi, including Santa Park, which touts that it is the world's only underground Christmas theme park. I don't know, guys. When I hear about a bunch of elves running around in a cavern underground, I think my first question has to be, what did you do with all the dwarves? Oh, bro! Bro, this is 6, bro! Bro, did you make this? Oh, bro! Bro, this is so 6! Is this your question? Bro, this question is 6! Finland is home to many reindeer, though their numbers have been falling lately. The reindeer that weren't blessed with the power of flight are easy targets for wolves, and there are a lot more wolves up there now than there have been in the past. A recent report from CNN and other news outlets says that the experts believe they know why there are more wolves around than usual. What reason do they give? Is it A, the war in Ukraine? B, global warming? C, evolved immunity to diseases? Or D, decreasing bear population? The answer is A, the war in Ukraine. Experts say that the wolf population is normally controlled by Russian hunters, but a large number of these hunters have been recruited to help Vladimir Putin achieve his imperial ambitions. Call me crazy, but I'm of the opinion that we shouldn't give power to those who desire it. If someone wants power, give them what they really need instead. A hug. Hi, I've got some great news. You just died and gone to question 7. Since the early 2000s, the war on Christmas has been raging. At least according to a woman who told me recently that she never will say happy holidays. I responded, really? That's weird. Why? But I knew why. It's just good to have people with silly ideas say them out loud, so they can hear themselves. Victimhood is a powerful drug, so it's easy to see why someone might think that the inclusion of others is a personal attack on them. But I do agree that Christmas shouldn't be about attacking anyone. No. Christmas is a time for strategic repositioning of your troops. Made most famous by George Washington on December 25th, 1776, when he led the Continental Army across what river? A. The Hudson. B. The Delaware. C. The Susquehanna. D. The Potomac. The answer is B. The Delaware. General Washington's plan was for his troops to complete the crossing by midnight and march to Trenton, New Jersey by 5 a.m. the next day to attack the Hessian garrison. But things didn't go exactly as planned. A severe winter storm slowed the troops, and icy waters and currents made the crossing very difficult. He finally got his cold and tired troops across the river later in the morning, thus creating the tradition of families being late to gatherings at their relatives throughout the holidays.
There we go. That's 20 points, plus I used all my tiles. That's another 50 for 70 points.
It's not a word.
Yes, it is.
It's not a word.
It is a word.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up.
All right.
I'll show you. I'll show you.
You'll see.
Oh my gosh. Well, here it is. Look. To ask a lot of questions is to questionate.
I told you.
When you're a kid, it's rarely fun to open a present and discover something for you to wear. Getting socks as a gift is something you can only really appreciate when you get older. But if you celebrate Hanukkah, you have to fill 8 days worth of presents, so socks can be a practical gift not just for the receiver, but for the giver as well. On each of the 8 nights of Hanukkah, a candle is lit on the menorah to commemorate the miracle of a single day's worth of oil lasting for 8 days to keep the menorah lit in the Second Temple in Jerusalem. This temple was being rededicated by a group of Jewish rebel warriors. What was their name? A. Benjaminites. B. Canaanites. C. Maccabees. D. Baruchians. The answer is C. Maccabees. The Maccabees' triumph of light over darkness and faith over oppression is celebrated during Hanukkah, known as the Festival of Lights. Happy holidays to my Jewish listeners, by the way. Oh, sorry. I mean, happy Hanukkah. Not trying to perpetuate the war on Hanukkah here. The hardest part about being a trivia podcast host isn't coming up with the interesting questions. It's staying hydrated. So when I get thirsty, I always reach for a cool, refreshing glass of
Question 9.
A winter cluster is the favorite holiday activity of honeybees. These clusters of bees form inside of a beehive when the temperature drops below the 50s in Fahrenheit or low teens in Celsius, or 283 Kelvin for you Kelvinites out there. Happy Kelvin Fest. There are these special chunky bees that are born specifically to keep the winter cluster warm and to protect the queen and rear the small amounts of new bees that are born during the cold winter. Latin for long-lived, what is the name for these special winter bees? A. Brevis bees. B. Diutinus bees. C. Apis bees. D. Frigus bees. The answer is B. Diutinus bees. Honeybees don't hibernate like some people think. They just cuddle up all cozy-like. Though the weather outside is frightful, a cluster of bees is so delightful.
You must retrieve the relic, for without it we are all doomed. It can be found in the Forbidden Temple in the ancient city of Shun-Ten.
So, that would make this, quest Shun-Ten then, huh?
You know what? Forget the relic. Just leave.
From Diutinus to Tinsel. We okay with that? Scrooge? You good?
Bah, humbug.
But Mr. Scrooge, it's Christmas! Tinsel! Long, thin strips of sparkling metallic material attached to a thread and used as a garland for Christmas decoration. You can use it to decorate a Christmas tree, hang it from ceilings, wrap it around lampposts or statues, but never the Festivus pole. No. The Festivus pole is traditionally intended to remain unadorned. If you don't know about the Festivus pole, look it up. This question is not about Festivus. It's about tinsel! Kind of. Growing up, my family used to decorate our Christmas tree with long individual strips of silvery material made to look like icicles, and I always thought they were called tinsel, but they aren't. These have their own name. What are those fake icicles called? A. Fringe. B. Lametta. C. Grosgrain. D. Organza. The answer is B. Lametta. The nice thing about lametta is that it helps Christmas last the whole year round, as you'll continue finding pieces of it in your carpet or even your hair for many months to come. Isn't it amazing how the holiday season can be so long yet feels so short? Enjoy it while it's here. Don't worry about the war on Christmas. It has nothing to do with you. That war is between the wolves and reindeer over in Finland. Instead, try to focus on the good things in your life. How cozy those new socks feel. How delightfully long the nights are. And if you happen to run into me this season, just forget about that whole bingo card thing I mentioned earlier. Just forget that. Instead, I'd just be happy to get a hug.
Bonus, bonus, bonus. Bonus, bonus, bonus. Bonus, 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 bonus question time.
Gotta love the movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas. I've been working on the song What's This for some Christmas karaoke, and it's terrible. I can't do it yet. Maybe never. Danny Elfman is insane. He's the composer for all the music in the movie, and he also sang all the Jack Skellington songs. Hey, by the way, who directed The Nightmare Before Christmas? That's your bonus question. Who's the director of The Nightmare Before Christmas? Hint, it is not Tim Burton. It's somebody else. You want some multiple choices? You're not going to get any multiple choices because on every bonus question, there are no choices. There is no countdown timer. If you don't already know the answer to this question, feel free to go down your own rabbit hole of trivia knowledge, or you can join me for the next episode where I will have that answer for you at the beginning of the show. Thank you for joining me for this special holiday edition of TRIVI-yeah! If you haven't done it already, now is a great time to like, subscribe, follow, whatever options you have in front of you. Leave 5 stars. Do all of those wonderful things that helps this podcast continue to grow. I will be eternally thankful. Well, maybe not eternally. I mean, I'm not going to live forever. Who am I, Santa Claus? Wait, am I Santa Claus? No, wait, no. If you would like to email the podcast, guys, guess what? You are allowed to do that. Email address is triviapodcast@gmail.com. Everything you have just heard, including all the music and interludes, was written and produced by me. I am, of course, your holiday host, Dean Felix. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I don't know how you all fit in my stocking, but you did it. I really hope to see you back here for next episode. Follow us on socials, TRIVI-yeah Podcast, and that's the best way to know whenever a new show drops. Please be safe the rest of this holiday season. I hope you really enjoy it. Please remember to be best. And of course, TRIVI-yeah is a Quality Yarn production.